Before you, Your Excellency, are some of Nigeria's finest leaders, emerging leaders, from across the 36 states of the Federation. All states are represented, and in terms of gender balance, we have 50-50 in this cohort that you can see. Beyond that, Your Excellency, is that we also have persons with disabilities represented because LMI is inclusive. And we thank you for all that you do, even in the House, to ensure that level of inclusion in all that you do. So, sir, today, you've already spoken to us through the minority leader, and what we're going to do is basically just have an interactive session with you. So they really just want to learn about how you've done this, how you continue to do the amazing things that you do, and how they can also, get to where you are today.
I'm Inatata Ali from Bauchi State. My question is, can there be a platform for sustained youth engagements and where bright youths can bring their innovative ideas, such as bright youth from LMI?
Chotonwa from Ogun State. My question, I will take the other route from what our speaker has said and my colleague from Bauchi State. I want to go into your life history. You have personal values which have guided your lifestyle. Mr. Speaker, sir, how do you align these values with the interest of your constituents, and how have they shaped you to the point you are at the moment?
How would the 10th House assist in providing more support to NILDs to ensure that LMI becomes the premier fellowship in Africa where ethical public leaders are made? Thank you.
My name is Adenuga Boluwatife from Ogun State. Sir, I'm aware of your Bridge a Gap initiative, which is handled by your essay on women affairs. So I'm asking on behalf of the women of this cohort, that is there a way that we can participate or volunteer in the initiative? Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Jibril Idris Yacob from Niger State. Thank you so much, sir. It would be unfair of myself if I did not appreciate you. This is a lifetime opportunity. You've sponsored 3,500 students based on scholarship in Ahmadu Bello University Zaria when I was the president, Student Representative Council, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Thank you so much. This shows you are a father, you are a mentor, you are a leader. My question is, Mr. Speaker, what role does the Parliament see itself playing in addressing pressing national issues such as economic growth, healthcare, education, and climate change? Thank you.
LMI. LMI, it's good to be with you. It's my pleasure to be with you again. Last year, about this time, we were with the second cohort, and we had a good time. I'm looking forward to the same thing with you people this afternoon. I have taken 6 questions. The first one is coming from one of my own, from Kaduna. And the question is the request for 6 slots to be given to LMI. I think that's the question, right? For your information, the last set, the second cohort, they made a similar request, and we have graciously accepted and employed 4 of them right now. I think the letters were given to them sometime probably about a month or so ago. And, we do not have a limitless number of opportunities in the House. They were lucky when their request came. It was at the beginning of the House when we were employing all kinds of ways to support us. And that's why we were able to give them the 4. But because this request is also a very important one, and I realize that we will not be doing enough if we don't make it at least 1 per geopolitical zone. So we will find means and ways of accommodating 2 additional among you, so that at least we have 1 person from each of the 6 geopolitical zones to begin with. And since we are also targeting the ones that are with us, we'll look for means and ways of also supporting them to get better employment. If those opportunities unfold, and we have vacancies. Again, we'll now look inward and see who among you can also be additionally supported by coming. But in so doing as well, we are also thinking to support and strengthen this particular initiative. We will introduce an internship program for the graduates of this particular program. So we will sit down with your director and see how many people can be able to take the first batch. We intend to engage you with some of our critical committees so that the theories you have learned in this particular program, you'll have the opportunity to actually make use of them, advise our members, add value to the committees. The number of committees that we will probably engage you with, we have not been able to come up with a number. But I assure you, will not take less than 10, 20 people from you for internship. So those of you who are interested in doing the internship can as well submit their names to the organizers. I will look at your backgrounds and see which committees of the House you will fit and be able to contribute fully. So that's as per your request for 6 slots. I think we have gone beyond what you have requested. The second question is on creating a platform for sustainable engagement with youth, particularly the LMI graduates. For your information, around July 30th also, we had an engagement with youth associations across the country, and we promised them that we will try as much as possible that every year we'll engage them twice, every 6 months, so that we'll be able to listen to them, hear their problems, seek for their advices, and at the same time, too, we'll be able to tell them what programs, what initiatives we have for the youth. So that is one platform that we can be able to use to actually continue engaging the youth of our dear country to hear their problems. But we can go further by creating a platform, a social media platform of all graduates of LMI with the leadership of the House. I will make sure that all the 10 leaders of the House are also part and parcel of that media platform. That will give you the opportunity to talk to us directly. We'll be able to communicate, know where you are, what you are doing, what you expect of us, whatever advices you have for us, we'll give you that opportunity. And we can as well use you as our ambassadors to also convey information that have to do with our youth. So I think for a start too, this new initiative can be created so that we start and see how it goes. But I want to also implore you, whenever we call for the youth engagement, which you promised to be doing yearly, twice yearly, please try also to be involving yourself. Try to be coming to attend so that you can be able to contribute as well. The third question is on personal values and how it aligns with my constituents. A question that is asked from the man from Kano, right? Ondo, is it Ondo? Ogun. Well, I don't know. I'm somebody who doesn't like speaking about himself. I always prefer people should say who you are rather than you telling people who you are. But we are politicians, sometimes we need to go out of the way just to convince the doubting Thomases who do not know you, who may want to know you. Well, the personal values I cherish most, my dear sisters and brothers, is nothing other than truth. transparency. And that is, I think, largely what is holding our 10th house intact today. The house believes that I am transparent to a greater extent. I am honest to them. I'm open to them. And that's the same thing that within the last 13 and a half years have been given to my constituents. I will give you a story, even though I wouldn't want it to be quoted in the newspapers. Because of the level of trust between me and my constituents, during the 2015 primary elections, you know, there are things that are happening which I believe you, the younger generation, will try to discourage in the future. That is the issue of delegates always asking for favors before they do the needful. Is one aspect of our democracy that needs to change, and change fast. All the contestants in that particular primary election were going around trying to solicit for favors from the delegates. I chose not to do so. I told them I will represent you well. I will ensure that I take care of you well, but I don't have anything to give you. If you believe in me, vote for me. And I tell you, at the end of that election, I got more than 75% of the votes. And that is after representing them for just 4 years. But we built that trust and bond with my constituents, that if I mention a word, they know I am going to deliver. I don't say what I cannot do. I always say what I can do, and once I give a commitment, no matter what it takes, I try to deliver. So this is part of the legacy I want to leave with you people. Be yourself. Be truthful. Be open. Be honest. Once you have those virtues, you can be whatever you want to be in life. It has worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Another question from one of you is talking about what kind of support will the House give to LMI to make it bigger and better, so that one day it could be an African initiative, not just a Nigerian initiative. I think we have started well. This is the 3rd cohort, and we intend the 4th cohort to be bigger than this. We want to come in fully to support the founding speaker, who initiated this very, very noble initiative, by increasing substantially the number of people who are benefiting from this program. The number that we are going to increase will be 50% of the existing. That means we are going to add 25 people to the 50 people coming. I believe it will go a long way in ensuring that capable people like you, who are eager to also be given the opportunity, will be considered. And as time goes on, we'll continue to also increase the number until we have a certain number that we can now say we have a true reflection of the best of the Nigerian youth. Now we only have a reflection because of the minute number that we can be able to accommodate. So we'll start from there. And we'll continue to collaborate with the organizers in ensuring what we can do to make your program heard not only nationally but internationally. And we try as much as possible to also get you development partners to come and also further support this program. That way, we can be able to sell this particular initiative to the international community. I'm sure before we finish our tenure in 2027, we will be able to have a substantial improvement in what we do in this particular program. Again, another question being asked is on how the House can support LMI so that LMI products will do better. I think the two are linearly related. I've just mentioned that we'll introduce the internship program, where we'll expose a greater number of you to what we do in the House. That way, we will be able to benefit in two ways. Your ideas. You can sell your ideas to us, and you'll be able to also be enriched with the practicality of what the House do, and that way it will be a two-way, mutually beneficial relationship. So you can take it from me that you can give your suggestions, and the organizers can as well help us with other additional areas they think we can be able to support this initiative. But we'll do the best we can to ensure that LMI continue to grow from strength to strength. That you can take from me. The last question is on how can the House... Who asked the last question, please? Can you repeat your question, please, because I didn't take it completely? Thank you very much for the question. This is a very, very good question. I want you to first and foremost acknowledge that the 10th Assembly has come up with an agenda that is adjudged to be the best of the best in the history of Parliament. The legislative agenda of the House is the richest ever to be produced by the National Assembly. And the agenda is tailored towards all the key areas we've mentioned. We, in fact, try to take a cue from Mr. President's agenda so that we will not be seen to be going ultra-vires to each other. Whichever agenda he takes, we take it through and develop it in such a way that there will be a legislative flesh through his own initiative. So, if you go through our legislative agenda, you see the key areas, the eight key areas that we are making efforts in ensuring that we give our legislative inputs on. And if you go through our one-year scorecard, we did our one-year celebration some few months back, and we displayed our achievements in some of these key areas you mentioned. You will be able to learn that the journey, which is just 1 year old, has started well. But we will not be able to realize how good it will be until at least we are on the 3rd year. But I want to assure you that all those key areas are very, very pertinent to us, and we are working assiduously in ensuring that we touch the lives of Nigerians in all those key indices. Thank you very much for the question.